Good morning and thank you for being here. My name is Justin Davies. I'm an officer with the Public Affairs Office. Today, the weather's been so great the last couple of days that we're really glad to have this presser outside today. Today we want to take some time to share a special story about our Police Athletic League and a special story of how it's making an impact in the community. First, we will start with Chief Jennings, who would like to say a few words. Following the Chief will be Officer Bogues, who is directly and heavily involved in the PLL program. We'll then hear from Captain Chicory, who will share a little about Mackay. And last but not least, we'll hear from one of our many partners who we work very closely with and has a quick but significant presentation to give. To allow us to focus on the importance of what we're talking about today, we ask that you keep any questions you have to the topic. If you have any other questions, we'll be more than happy to assist you after the news conference. Without further ado, I'm now going to turn it over to Chief Jennings.
Thank you, Officer Davies. Thank you for everybody for coming today. One of the great things about this profession and what we do for a living in law enforcement is to be able to affect and change so many lives that we come in contact with, and the amount of people that we're able to come in contact with. The opportunities that we have in this profession are great. But one of the downfalls of that is sometimes we don't often get to see the results of the work that we put forth early on in contacts that we have with individuals. One of the things that we always hear and we talk about are initiatives and things that we do within our department and the great things that our men and women in blue do every day. But the outcomes of those are what's rare that we're able to sit and hear and talk about. So that's why I'm so excited today to be able to talk about some of those outcomes, or one of those outcomes in specific, and also to be able to say what changes that we're able to make in our profession when we make those initiatives come true. So I want to thank Scott Clark and his organization, his company, for making all of this possible. Without him and without the great partnerships that we have across our great city, within our law enforcement profession, a lot of these things that you see us do and a lot of these initiatives that we see that we do as far as the police department is concerned would not happen without those partnerships. So when I talk about great relationships and great opportunities that we have, that is one of them when we're able to partner with great organizations that want to make a difference in our community. So very proud to be a part of that as well. The Police Activities League has touched so many people, so many young people throughout several years, the thousands that they have been able to make differences in lives. Is changing our world, changing our society, and that's great for the work that they do. I can't say enough about the work and the attention and the commitment that they have to our young people. So thank you for being here. Without further ado, I want to introduce Officer Bogues, who will come and say a few words as well.
Good morning. I'm Anthony Bogues with the Police Activities Lead. For those of you that do not know, PAL has been around since 1967. The program was created for cops and kids to interact in a non-traditional basis. Police Activities Lead is only as successful as our volunteers within our program. In 2017, we were approached by Captain Chicory, wanted to start a youth martial arts program within the Police Activities Lead. We were all in. We met, we looked at our facility, which was at the Oaklawn building, and we walked in, we said, well, this is all we have. Captain Chicory said, you know what, we'll make it work. From this point on, it afforded us the opportunity to meet Mr. Mackay. Mr. Mackay was one of our first PAL participants of our martial arts program. Mackay made the job of our coaches so much easier than what it needed to be. He was always the first one there, and when I mean the first one there, he was the first one there. He would walk down to my office at 5:30 and wonder where Officer Page was. I said, well, Officer Page does work. Sometimes he runs a little late, but that goes to show you the will, the want, and the determination that Mackay had to be successful. PAL runs over 8 athletic programs within our program. Myself and Officer Gilmore facilitate each program. Without the help of our volunteers, the youth, our program would not be successful. PAL is located at the Greenville Center, which is down on 1330 Spring Street. Thank you. And I'll be introducing Captain Chicory.
Hi, good morning. I am Captain Chicory, and I'm very happy today to talk about Mikai and his story. As Officer Bogues mentioned a few years ago, we were able to have the really just the opportunity here with PAL to start a one-of-a-kind martial arts program, and we were able to do it and get it started. It started off really small, and I can tell you really before COVID hit, the classes were packed, we were having a great time, and a big part of that story had to do with Mikai. Mikai came into the program during one of our teen classes. He was 16 at the time, he was in high school, and honestly, he was very shy. He wouldn't really speak a lot, and I don't even think he knew that we were police officers for the first few months that he was there. And honestly, I can tell you, these programs mean so much to our children and our community. I myself, growing up in Charlotte, I can tell you I used to watch Mr. Clark when I was a young man, watching wrestling shows, and I was actually shocked to see that he was actually coming out today. It's so weird because the circle, you know, watching wrestling and getting me involved in martial arts actually helped me get here today, which is really odd. But I can tell you, I spent a lot of time with Mikai, helping him, and you know, he grew. He became very good in class, and of course, you know, when COVID hit, we had to shut it down. But the story I want to share is why Mikai is so important to me. We spent a lot of time investing in our children with PAL, and a few years ago, my son became very ill, and I was in the hospital with him, and we didn't have anyone to teach class that night. And while I was in the hospital with my son, one of the other parents sent me a picture of Mikai, who was teaching the PAL class for us. He was teaching the class out on the grass. All the little kids were out there kicking and doing their things, and it really just it really broke my heart. And you know, it meant so much. It really inspired me, and he still does to this day. Something you may not know is Mikai just lost his mom a week ago, and you know, unfortunately, the things that are going on in this country right now, it's a hard thing for him and his family to have to go through. And one thing his mom and I had spoke to, and I had met with one of my wonderful friends, actually, Rick Zorb, who kind of arranged this. You know, we had talked about getting Mikai a car just a couple of months before she had passed away on his birthday. And the day we got, you know, the wonderful donation through Scott Clark and his business, I didn't even realize it was his birthday when I had called him and gave him the news. And I know his mom would have been really, really proud of that moment for him. She loved him dearly, and I can tell you the impact that our children have in this community. They're deserving of our care, our understanding, and certainly our teaching. And I'm very proud to introduce Mr. Scott Clark today. Thank you so much, sir, for your gift, and by all means.
Thank you very much. Well, good morning. I'd like to just say Scott Clark Auto Group, we're so proud to be involved in the PLL program. I think this is our fourth vehicle we've given away, and it's for one of the best causes in Charlotte that you could really ask for. And thanks to the police officers and all the stuff they do for us. Thank you very much. Mikai, why don't you come over here? Congratulations on the new car. Drive careful, and let's go see it. Come on. Here. Think you'll enjoy it? What's yours, young man? Congratulations on all you've done. Very proud of yourself.
All right, thank you, everybody. That concludes our press conference today. If you have any questions, thank you to Mr. Clark. and all the speakers today. If you have any questions related to the topics, let me know right now. Anybody?
I just wanted to ask, especially with everything that's going on right now, shooting young kids bringing guns to school, why is it so important for kids to get involved in this program like this?
Right now, we're going to keep the questions to this topic, this story of the PAL right now, but we can answer that.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Why is this program so important to keep these kids on the straight and narrow?
Well, this program has been in place for a while, and just being able to interact with the kids and the community is extremely important because we want to raise young kids to be great adults. So I mean, this is a great stepping stone for them to do that. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Do you think we do?
Hey, thank you very much. Have a Merry Christmas. Absolutely.